I decided to try out some kuribohs in the Bakura deck. I went and threw in 2 regular kuribohs over 1 Fiend Mega and 1 of the Mimic level 3s. I think I do have enough opening monsters to sort of justify it. Plus having the extra safety in the early turns can be pretty huge. Or even like late game if they are going to get off like a huge hit. It could be really nice having them. I was considering using Relin Kuriboh in this deck, but it really doesn't seem that amazing. So like if I get it into my hand, it's definitely weaker than having something like Doom Dog or a chest or almost anything in my hand. But if I do mill it, then it could be pretty good. But if I was to remove anything for something else, I'd most likely add in a regular kuriboh. So this deck's been doing pretty well. I got like 2 losses today, and I think I'm just like 1 win away from ranking up to Plat 5. So let's look at some replays. I'm not sure if all of these duels have that new kuriboh change. I don't think they do. Either way, the deck still functions pretty well. I will miss having that many Fiend Megas because he's just so cool to get out. But it's probably for the better. So it ends up being a Rex with Element Saurus, which negates effects. So that's really annoying. So he's just playing around effects right now. So I'm like, alright, I might as well just flip one of my guys. So even this situation's not that great. I'd rather lose the Doom Dog effect than a Magical Merchant, even though both are like super good right now. Like, alright, I'll put down a Magical Merchant because he's safe with Skull Lair. He gets out a Tyrant Dragon, which is pretty crazy. I'm not sure why he decides to attack with King Rex there. He could have used Fossil Excavation and tried attacking again. Like, he easily could have. So it's a pretty big misplay on his part. But looking at this mill, I would have been able to do that exact same thing with Veil of Darkness. The big drawback for him is I actually get to kill his Tyrant Dragon. So I'm able to kill Tyrant Dragon there, even though it says that you can negate any trap effects that target this card, and if you do, destroy that trap card. Well, the thing about Skull Lair is, so it says remove from play any number of monster cards in your graveyard to destroy 1 face-up monster on the field whose level is equal to the number of the cards you remove from play. So it doesn't say you target, and it just kills them anyways. So I'm sure he was pretty upset about that. I really don't think he thought I could do that. So I send out Doomsday, not caring if it's a mirror wall. And that's why I like to preserve my life points, is to get through mirror walls by just like crashing into it. Of course that refreshes my grave. And here I just decided to put on more counters, and he ended up time stalling me there. He was really upset. Like, he had the counter monster and then he just kind of misplayed. And then he expected Tyrant Dragon to like completely counter Skull Lair. So I guess I could see why he's mad, but it's not like it's my fault. he had a favorable matchup, or at least it seemed like it kinda should be. So here we see classic Nichiria. Looks like his hand's a little slow, but I get the 0 card mill. At least I could start building up some Chaos Zone counters. Here he's playing around me potentially having another magical merchant, and I also can't use my Fiend Farewell. I decided to put another card in the grave and preserve a few life points so I can safely attack into things like Mirror Wall. Getting some counters. I attack with Doomsday first in case he wants to use like Super Rush, and then I can refresh my grave. I didn't care about Necrofear dying, of course, as usual. A slow beatdown, and then he just gives up. Well, the tiny monster beatdown. Yeah, he never got any of his big monsters out. I don't think it would have helped too much though. I would have ended up stealing with Dark Necrofear that match. It is kind of crazy that he discarded an enemy controller to do it though. Alright, for some reason this Taya has life boost, and he's also relinquished. But I also happen to be running Skull Lair, so he just happens to be running a deck that gets hard countered by a single one of my cards. Removing one monster from play to destroy one relinquished. Like that's a super huge value. I ended up playing this match a little slow. I guess I didn't really have to. But it was just kind of like the optimal way to play it, or the safe way. Of course, he gets out relinquished, dies from one monster. I could already destroy both of his monsters with Skull Lair, but I was hoping to get a Chaos Zone before using it. And then I get the single card. I mean, not even a single card. It's just the instant draw. The 0 card mill. Finally get something that can get summoned that's big. Of course I want to maintain some life points. So I'm like, alright, I can still summon Necrofear. And I still have 3 in the grave, so like, there's no way he's gonna be able to make use of Relinquished. I was expecting Mirror Wall. Super Rush is fine too though. Not like it really matters. I'm just preventing his quick plays with Invader, just to end it faster. Mako. I believe he only had Hammer Shark for a while, so that makes it really difficult for him to get anything going, which is good for me. And I also start off with Veil of Darkness, which is a great start. So it delayed when I used Veil of Darkness, so as like the whole time I was thinking, alright, he probably has Fish Death Charge and he's waiting for it. Definitely don't care if he uses it on Dark Necrofear, so just send him out anyways. He really didn't have to use his effect there. It's actually better for me that he did. he just lowered his own level for my Skull Lair to kill him easier. He easily could have just normal summoned that. So here I only use 3. Bait up the Super Rush. It does give him a token, but that doesn't really matter to me. I wasn't expecting that though, so maybe I should have killed the token. Not like it really matters that much though. His deck was a little strange. I can see why he didn't actually have summonable monsters. He's running stuff like Shark Cruiser, which is interesting to use, but it's not amazing. It probably also means he's running Legendary Ocean, but he didn't like have any good times to use it, so it's not like it really matters that he's running it. Cool. I don't know if he is, but this seems like a card you'd run with Cruiser. Lures him to level 4 so you can just normal summon him. This duel ended up being pretty quick. Feral Dragon. He gets 2 heads, which is really annoying. I get to search. Already have Invader in my hand though. So I use his own Mazo against him, send out Invader. If he had a defensive card for that, that would have really sucked for me. But apparently he had nothing in his deck that he could actually like Destiny draw and win with. So he just surrenders. So it's pretty strange. You'd think he'd have like healing or like, I don't know, like something. It's pretty crazy that he just loses from a single monster dying. That's all for now.